This is the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Live show. We were talking here on Thursday. We got 9 games over on DraftKings here today to talk about. If you're on FanDuel, you only got 7. FanDuel cut off a couple of games on you for that sit. Grande, my friend. Injuries always end of season, towards the end of season, close to the end of season.
It's not. It's still we're in the 60th percent of the season.
Well, don't tell that to Utah, who had to have an independent doctor check out the.
They didn't send them.
They didn't. Okay, good.
Didn't send them.
This is real.
They said no. They're still going to look into it, but I guess the report is that they actually didn't. They were like, we don't need to do that. We know that they're going to tank. It doesn't matter. What can we do?
Yeah.
We can just find them.
A lot of injuries on today's slate, though, per usual. Some high ownership on players that were, I guess we'll see whether or not we trust it or not. How are you feeling about things? Obviously, it's a 9-game Thursday here.
I feel pretty good. I mean, it's an interesting slate. We have some really, 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 really bad teams, like awful, like horrendous teams. On the slate, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it overall. I think it should be fairly fun, and I'm happy some injury news has come out throughout the day. Like, I'm happy we got the Jalen Johnson stuff out of the way nice and early, where we don't really have to take that into roster lock. It's a 7:30 game, but there are the 2 7 p.m. games. I'm happy that we'll know Indiana and Philly news before lock, and so there's a lot to like about the slate. I'm looking forward to breaking it down.
I feel a bit dubious, and we'll talk about the Kuminga ownership. I don't know if I trust it or not. We'll see if it updates as we get closer to roster lock. But got a 1% Jonathan Kuminga. I mean, no.
Yeah, it's not updated.
Okay, I was gonna say that feels a little iffy. But we'll see if that updates as we get closer to roster lock, like I said. We do appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Free way to support the show. Always love you guys in the chat here helping us out each and every day. Again, if you're not yet a member of Fantasy Alarm, can always join right now for 50% off that first month. The award-winning Fantasy Alarm Best Written Content 2025 by the FSGA. FantasyAlarm.com/YouTube, promo code YT50. $20 for the first month. Access to everything on site, all betting, all DFS, all seasonal for all sports. Can win money today, pay for that month, and get it for free. Grande on a heater with his picks of late. 7-1 over the last couple of days. We keep riding. He's got some more picks in the bet tracker for you guys. I'll have my picks in there shortly as well. We got hooked twice last night. That was unfortunate. We'll see if we can get back on the winning track with today's slate. Point guard position, Luka Doncic, $11,400. Tyrese Maxey, $10K. Top 2 guys up over $10,000 tonight. From an ownership perspective at the point guard position, if you are spending up, Luka is getting 26% right now. So the field is looking to pay up here.
I mean, dude, he's just so good. Like, he's so good per minute. Even when he has bad games, because he just impacts the game in so many ways. He's another bad defender that has really good hands, and always has steals and blocks too.
Sure.
So, the ceiling is just so incredibly high. And I haven't even said the word points yet. And we know he has scored as many points in a game as anyone in recent memory. So, Luka just has a massive ceiling. The Suns defense is just not the same without Dillon Brooks. I mean, just flat out, they are missing, they have bigger bodies that will try to slow down Luka.
They'll throw Grayson Allen at him. He'll try to trip him,
they'll go with the hopefully you injure him route, and then the traditional route using Grace, using not your traditional is not Grayson Allen,
no.
Using Royce O'Neal and Ryan Dunn and those guys, and they will have no success doing it, and Luka will approach a triple double like he does every night. So yeah, I think Luka looks good. Maxey, whether Embiid plays or not, you can always play Tyrese Maxey. We've kind of said that and seen that all year. Has 60 against Minnesota, no Embiid. Has 61 with Embiid against Indiana. So now he's in a pace-up spot against the team that plays faster than anyone else in the NBA. Love Maxey as well.
Yeah, and Max is coming in at significantly less ownership too. So if you wanted to save some money and get a little bit of leverage on the field, you can definitely go to Maxey. Nobody's really playing ball. He's around 10%. You do have Amen Thompson back in the lineup tonight at $8,300. Collier at 78. Again, we don't know who is going to be available or how many players, I guess, will be available for Utah. You theorized last night with Vince Williams. Do we go back to a 48-minute Isaiah Collier here?
I mean, it is possible. Could they, in theory, use like Elijah Harkless, or could they, in theory, use Blake? They're not going to use Hinson at point guard, but like, could they use Svi as like on ball? I don't know what they're going to do. They could Conchar, who's a smaller forward, but we've seen like handle the ball. Could he be your backup point guard? It's possible Isaiah Collier plays 40 minutes tonight. I don't necessarily care all that much at the price, but in large field tournaments, I wouldn't mind it now that Vince Williams is out. So indifferent, but I definitely understand it.
There is some ownership on Giddey here. I don't know how you feel about that. He's coming in around 15%.
I mean, we just don't know what the minutes would have been, right? They've been, he plays 27 in his second game back, but then there's a second leg of a back-to-back, and it's good that he played in the first part. It's good he played. And then 26 minutes in a game that they lose by 32, where he doesn't play the final few minutes. So it could have been 30 minutes. I think that's what I think I projected him somewhere in the high 20s tonight as well. I mean, he's a really good fantasy player. This is a really good game environment. Portland is 18th defensively. They also play really fast. They're 8th in pace. So this is a up-tempo game. I have no objection to getting Josh Giddey. It's one of the better games tonight on the board. 234.5 applied points.
Okay. The other side of that game is kind of where a lot of the ownership is. Scoot is your highest projected point guard, at least as of now. Again, things could certainly change. He's $5,500. Drew Holiday around the same for him at $6,600. Thoughts on the Portland guards on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, they look great, both of them. I prefer Scoot, and the ownership is the same, so I'll essentially just take the discount. Scoot's, while on the floor, like their best, other than Donovan Clingan, has like been their best fantasy player. He's a guy who does a little bit of everything. And you're saving $1,100. I don't see, like, I think Drew is definitely good. And I think, this is a great spot for both. I just like, and you could, in theory, you could play them both. It's the Bulls haven't won since January. It's as good of a matchup as it's going to get. I just prefer the savings on Scoot if the ownership is going to remain the same. Again, the ownership that we're looking at, John, hasn't
fully updated yet.
I don't believe it right now. I'd have a hard time believing, because we see this all the time. Same team has multiple guys from the same position.
Yeah.
Not often is the more expensive guy, especially when the cheaper guy is arguably better in fantasy, the same ownership. It's typically there's a large discrepancy. I think I would start to give Holiday more of a look over Scoot if the ownership spaces out quite a bit. If there's a massive jump in what we're looking at. And actually, we just got one. No, we didn't get one yet. But
coming soon.
Coming soon. Yeah, I'm in on both Portland guards right now. It's Scoot over Drew, but TBD on how things shake out ultimately.
Just under Scoot is Brandon Williams. He's also getting a little bit of ownership love here as well, around 20%. Come off a double-double, 29 minutes. Now gets Sacramento at $5,200. Really good usage player. Do you like him as a pivot? Play them both? Like, how are you feeling about Brandon Williams tonight?
Yeah, definitely don't have to worry about pivoting to him since you could play him at multiple positions. Yeah, like it's not really an issue. I think he looks great in his own right. You know, it is worth mentioning Middleton left in that game. Middleton's been really good for them. But, you know, Middleton upgraded the probable today. There is no PJ Washington, which is a big deal. They did start Najee Marshall at point guard. I expect them to do the same. That wouldn't, for those like that see that lineup come out, don't be scared if Brandon Williams isn't starting.
Right.
But I will say, like, his minutes do just randomly fluctuate, right? Jason Kidd randomly kind of like plays him a bunch of minutes and then plays him in the teens, and that's kind of happens to Brandon Williams a lot. I think it's an elite spot, especially for a guy who mostly does his work in like the mid-range and gets to the free throw line a lot. The Kings can't stop anybody getting to the rim. I mean, they allow as many paint points as anyone in the league. I think Dallas is coincidentally the only team that allows more. But I think Brandon Williams looks very, very good. Not as a pivot, just in, as a standalone.
We didn't talk about DeJounte Murray, $6,100. He gets the Utah matchup, 25 minutes out of the jump for him.
I know. I mean, he's a very good fantasy player. I had no thought to the fact that he would play 25 minutes out of the shoot. But if we're going to get 25 minutes, even if, I mean, like the natural thought is to think he progresses from here. I could also see New Orleans just keep him at 25, considering it is, he's coming off the injury that he's coming off. Like they might just keep him here for a few games and then, gradually increase. But I have no like real objection. He's a really good basketball player that will be in the 7s and possibly in the 8s before you know it.
Sure. Any other value plays once we get below 5K for you here?
Any other value plays? I mean, I'm interested to see what Sacramento does today at point guard. No Russell Westbrook. They could.
Westbrook, Monk,
questionable. Yeah, questionable. I don't want to say this, but like they could start Killian Hayes. They straight up DMP'd Devin Carter. Like if Devin Carter were to start, I think that would be really appealing at 5K. If he doesn't, he might not play, right? He's basically been
if Monk gets ruled out, I mean, would they go Plowden, I guess, more minutes for Plowden?
Yeah, just not Plowden isn't going to be a point guard. I think I think Plowden probably plays more anyway because they're without Keegan Murray and Westbrook. Like they're just going to give him minutes, second leg of a back-to-back. But I think Killian Hayes or Devin Carter probably start at point guard, especially if Monk ultimately gets ruled out. I think Dylan Harper is interesting in tournaments. We did get the Stephon Castle and Keldon Johnson injury designations today. Harper has been really good, and we've kind of seen like
he closed that game last night.
Dude, he's been really good, like really, really good. And we kind of talked about it. Soon as like the first like real competitive game,
you thought Detroit he got taken. What happened?
Obi Toppin available. He will also have a minutes restriction per Rick Carlisle for the remainder of the year.
Nope. Said likely.
Well, likely. Okay.
Not guaranteed, just
okay.
likely.
Wonderful. Okay.
Could likely have a minute. Could likely not have. Could likely.
He could likely not have one too. Yeah, wonderful. Such good information. It's wonderful.
29 minutes from Obi Toppin in your face tonight.
Well, he's limited. He's limited to 29. He's limited to 29.
He's likely limited.
He's likely limited. So yeah, I think Harper would look amazing. I mean, I think he looks good anyway because this is an obvious like blowout spot, blowout spot, and that puts Harper on the floor more. And if Castle and Keldon are ruled out, look out. So then you're getting max minutes still in Harper.
Sure. There is some current ownership on Jordan Poole. We did talk about this. Like he still played over 20 minutes in that last game. We weren't sure with DeJounte back if he was going to go back to being iced out. Not the case. 20% of the field though. Again, early ownership. Look, we still got to get the update through, but early ownership, like 20% is playing a $4,100 Jordan Poole today.
Yeah, I mean he just has a massive ceiling because he can make a lot of shots.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, he's a shot maker. He's also, I shouldn't say shot maker. He can be a shot maker. He's shooting 37% from the floor this year.
Yeah.
But he shoots. So, I put it in Discord. He had the first game where he re-entered the rotation. He took 6 shots. He had like an 11% usage rate. And I was like, there's no way Jordan Poole has an 11% usage rate again, right? And then he's just followed it up with, not that. He's taking double-digit threes in back-to-back games. Yeah, as long as Trey Murphy's out, I think that there's a role.
Okay. And then Dillingham was the only other one I would ask you about here.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously, if the Bulls play a more competitive game, the chance that Josh Giddey plays more and the chance that Trey Jones plays more, right? But at the expense of, does Dillingham's minutes stay and at the expense of Colin Sexton, who played a whole bunch of minutes last game in blowout, right? Do they just give all the Sexton minutes to Dillingham? That was kind of what was happening before last game, and they just played them both. So, yeah, I think Dillingham looks pretty good. I was going to bet his assist prop tonight. It was 3.5, but it was like awful odds everywhere, especially on underdog. So I just chose not to.
Okay. Shooting guard. From an ownership perspective, no one's spending up. Jalen Green is like 10%. Again, early look. He's $6,900 though, so no one's really looking at NEW, Reeves, Bain, Grayson Allen, Kahn. Do you like any of those plays? Anybody that you would look to key in on, or are you like the field just playing some mid and value?
I mean, I love Jalen Green. I've said it since last night, and my opinion on Jalen Green hasn't really changed. To this point, the Lakers are a bad defensive team. They're 20.
Pacers news here. Nembhard in, Siakam out.
Nembhard in, Siakam out. So we'll get so we should have. Let's see. I just saw someone ask about Talon Peter. So we can look. They were all questionable earlier. I had the 5 p.m. injury report. They're all still listed questionable, all the G League guys. So Quentin Jackson, Talon Peter, Ethan Thompson. I wonder if we get that information at the 5:30. At 5:30. So we'll see. We'll check back on that comment in a few.
We did just get the ownership update too, by the way, and I'll have that live on Fantasy Alarm here after the show. Scoot 37% now, highest point guard on the slate. So.
Yeah, I mean that it makes sense, right? Like that him and Drew wouldn't be like the same ownership considering Scoot's $1,100 cheaper.
Now Drew is still 25. Brandon Williams got a bump up over 20. Lucas still where he was. DeJounte got bumped up. Maxey got dropped a little bit. McCollum got moved up as well. Poole dropped to 10%.
Okay. And Jalen Green, by the way, we're at shooting guard. His ownership has 2x. He is over 20% now.
Yeah.
Here are his usage rates. Okay, John. Since he's returned from his last injury, these are his usage rates. Okay. So the first game, February 7th, was 23%. Okay. Since then, 31.7, 40.2. 34.5, 30.4, 34.3, 39.6. He has not had a usage rate below 31.7%.
Yeah.
There's no Devin Booker.
I mean, Brooks was honestly the guy that was taking a lot of usage away.
And there's no Dylan Brooks. It is like, I understand that Jalen Green has had like some pretty inefficient nights. Like, it has been quite bad. He has a massive scoring ceiling against the Lakers tonight. Massive. Like, and just for that, like, I don't care that he went 6. Like, it doesn't, like, these inefficient nights don't matter. When you're talking about a $6,900 player with a usage rate that has touched 40 multiple times, like, that's the ceiling you chase in tournaments. Like, that's the type. So yes, Jalen Green is, I think, definitively the guy up here for me. Like, basically Jalen Green up. I think I don't really have like any other strong takes for anyone else in that range. Like, yeah, CJM looks pretty good.
Yeah, no Jalen Johnson, I think, is probably driving that. Maybe no NAW.
Yeah, and possibly NAW. Yeah, possibly NAW. Dyson Daniels at 6,400, I think, looks pretty good. He has the highest assist percentage on the team without Jalen Johnson and Trae Young. Triple-double threat. Just needs to actually score. So I think there's like some decent plays here. I just think Jalen Green's better than all of them.
If we go under Sensabaugh here, dual positional shooting guard, small forward, 32 minutes, 26 actual, only played 19 for no reason the game before that. But they've ruled everybody out again. So, you tell me. Or is this a 32-minute Sensabaugh game? Because if it is, I'm interested.
Don't ask me that question.
I need to know.
I cannot answer. I
need you on record.
I physically cannot answer that question.
Stamp of approval for playing Bryce Sensabaugh tonight or not?
Like, do I think Bryce Sensabaugh is a good play? Yes. He has a 30% usage rate with all these guys. Without all of them. I don't know if I said with or without.
Yep.
I meant to say without. But, like, you look at that team, John, right? The starting lineup, the game that he played 19 minutes, Ace Bailey, Kyle Filipowski, Isaiah Collier, Cody Williams, John Conchar. Why did Bryce Sensabaugh play 19 minutes when John Conchar, Cody Williams were in the starting lineup?
Couldn't tell you.
So, like, as much as I, like, believe in Bryce Sensabaugh that he's an absolute flamethrower and can score you as like 30 actual, there's just random nights where he doesn't play. So, if Will Hardy is if Will Hardy feels like Bryce Sensabaugh is leading them to victory, Bryce Sensabaugh is not going to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I guess we should just maybe circle back because we just get an update that Norm and Davion are game time decisions tonight. If they get ruled out, take a harder look at Tyler Hero at 72.
Yeah, if they get ruled out, I would be okay with Tyler Hero.
Okay.
For sure. And honestly, Jockey Eunice as well at 3,900 would be. He's leapt Drew Smith in terms of rotation, so like both those players could end up starting. One of them could end up starting. Pelle Larsson is down here playing just massive. Pelle Larsson is playing massive minutes right now, 30, 35, and 36 the last two games. So, yeah, the Heat would be absolutely reevaluated if both those players are ruled out.
Obviously, again, Brandon Williams is up here. A lot of ownership at him. Played dual both positions. Anything else at shooting guard stand out to you?
You can play Harper here. We still don't know anything Indiana related, like in terms of the G League guys. I think Clay, someone I mentioned last night, is hard to play with Middleton in.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I was going to say, from ownership perspective, I'm trying to see if anybody else is kind of popping out there.
It's like Neek is the only one over double-digit ownership, and I just don't, like, I think I projected Neek Clifford at, like, 38 minutes tonight, John, but, like, he's just such an inefficient offensive player that, like, Yeah, it's 50. It's not.
Yeah, I was like
cheap.
throwing the fours. I was like, "Where's Neat Clifford at?" Like,
Yeah, no, it's not even like this is some type of like discount. It's not. So it's really tough pill to swallow there.
yeah, I'm with you. Colin Sexton stood at 13%, but you said he got a lot of those blowout minutes. So.
Yeah, all of it. I mean, he played basically the whole second half. I'm not saying he won't, but I don't believe that the Bulls are like, what do they need to see from Colin Sexton to like, they need to see Rob Dillingham much more than they need to see Colin Sexton at this point.
Agreed. All right, we got a small forward. No one's penning up at this position. Your highest, Bazelis is 63. 30% is playing John Conchar tonight. Najee Marshall's around 20%, guys we like. So you're getting Durant at under 10%, Brandon Miller under 10%. MPJ, no one's on. You looking to spend up here? I mean, again, no one's spending up yet.
Let's just quickly circle back. We've had a lot of comments. So Anthony also donated $2 here. Appreciate it. Yes, Keegan Murray is out, Anthony, for sure. So is Russell Westbrook. So I just want to go to Paul's comment here where he says the problem with Jalen Green is, and then he commented the 37 minutes. Agreed about the double overtime game. I think the most important thing is that they're comfortable with him playing that many minutes. So, like, do I project Jalen Green to play 37 minutes? I don't, but I do think comfortably in the 30s now that we've seen him, get through multiple games and play a ceiling of 37 minutes, that they're comfortable with the hamstring. So just wanted to comment there and salute to everyone that's been in the chat. John's ignoring your comments, but I'm not. So
I'm not ignoring your comments.
It's all good.
Usually you call to them and I pull them up on screen. So
don't take offense to that. Don't
I'm not taking offense. Usually when you find something interesting, you call it out. So blame James for not thinking you guys are asking good enough questions. Maria Sacramento that is out there. Johnson out just being a good play. We're about to talk about that now. It's small forward.
Yes, we will. What did I didn't even see what the upgrade. What was the update to that?
Let's he's not at the top. So
10%.
10% still feels maybe a little bit too low. Again, no one's playing the top guys here. Do you have interest?
No. I mean, I don't mind. Like, you can always play these players, like KD. You can always play MPJ, Brandon Miller. Like, they all have super high ceilings. And if you're playing a bunch of lineups, I think it's okay. Not a lot of things to say beyond that.
Yeah, Jarice is 69, but again, no one's even really playing him. He's been kind of chalky recently, but
he has a high ceiling when he scores because he does a lot of different things. He just is another inefficient shooter, but when he makes shots, he has a high ceiling because he is pretty good.
Okay. Well, now we'll get into the 6K range where people are getting some love here. Bazelis is up over 25%. Ace Bailey's 20%. Najee Marshall's 20%. But like you said, 10% for Jonathan Kuminga. How do you prioritize Jonathan Kuminga tonight after he comes off the bench, first game back, 24 minutes, and rips against Washington here?
It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I mean, like, the talent isn't like the issue here, or at least the offensive talent, right?
26% usage rate in that game the other night.
Yeah, 26% usage rate. Obviously, the efficiency was through the roof. He's not that good of he's not a good 3-point shooter, period. Like, he does not shoot threes well. No. He does get to the foul line. He is a good rebounder. There was a lot of, like, obviously things broke right for him. Dylan Johnson's out, so things could break right for him again. Possibly NAW out, possibly Ricochet out. Like, it could just be another situation where Jonathan Kuminga stumbles into mid-20s, high 20s minutes. Yeah. We just don't know.
On his 3-point conversation, he is plus 180 to hit over 1.5 threes today. So
yeah, he's a bad three. I mean, he's objectively bad 3-point
26% 3-point shooter on the year. He went 3 for 4 in his first game. So,
I mean, like, he's a 47% shooter. So, like, I'm not gonna necessarily call him out for the fact that he can't be as efficient again. But, like,
Maybe he's always wanted to be a 3-point shooter and they wouldn't let him do it instead.
No, he can't. He
Anyway.
he has bad form. Like his form isn't great. I think he is a polarizing offensive talent that could just repeat what he's doing again, or what he did because he gets Washington. I will closely monitor the ownership. How about that? Because if it goes up from here, my desire to play him will go down.
Sure.
I think he is appropriately projected. I think like mid 20s minutes is where he should be projected. Is he like a 2 fantasy point per minute player? Obviously he's not. But even if he was like 1.5, 1.6 in this matchup, it's possible. Like, I think that the mid tier is really strong, and why I'm not like, if the ownership goes up here, I'm not necessarily worried about it. I think Najee Marshall is as good as it gets here in the mid tier. Again, they started him at point guard the other day. We have seen he is an elite playmaker for a guy of his size, and 36 minutes is not surprising at all. When you factor in that Indiana game, he got in early foul trouble and just never found a rhythm. I love the spot for Najee. I think Buzelis is interesting because he is, for no reason other than him playing really well offensively, played 33 minutes in a 32-point game. He has been often like the first guy the Bulls take off the floor. I think at this point, since they haven't won since January, it's like just develop Buzelis season. I think looks great. Ace Bailey is fascinating. He looked really good in the 2 games recently that he played with without Keontae Nurkic and Markkanen. He's like basically played with one of them for a long stretch now. And you see it last game, he plays with Larry Markkanen and he just hides in a corner. But all these other games where Markkanen's been out, I mean, he's been fantastic. So I think Ace Bailey looks really good. And, like unlike Sensabaugh, he's like Bryce Sensabaugh is a better fantasy player than Ace Bailey. But the thing about Ace Bailey is we know he's going to play 30 minutes. And Bryce Sensabaugh might not play 30 minutes, right? Like he might not play 20 minutes. We just saw it 2 games ago for no reason. So I think that mid-tier, like around Kuminga is like very appealing, including Kuminga. But a lot of variables for Jonathan Kuminga. I think what I will say, dude, if NAW and Ricochet end up getting ruled out, the helium that is Jonathan Kuminga is going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket.
I agree. All right, work our way down here. If we're looking at some ownership, again, Conchar is 30%. Herb Jones is 15%. Talked Colin Sexton a little bit already. Talked Clay already. So it's Herb at 45 and then Conchar for ownership. We did mention Plowden, though. Do you have any interest there? Do you think he's going to play more?
I don't at the price. I don't feel like I need to. I just don't like playing the Kings. I haven't lost any sleep about not playing the Kings either. I don't know if I'm going to play $4,500 Herb. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm indifferent about it. Kind of feel the same way about John Conchar. Like, are we sure? Like, if I put the over-under at 4.5 shots, John, for John Conchar tonight, what would you bet?
I would think under. I would think under.
Like 4.5 shots, and you're like confident, like pretty quickly answered under.
I mean, he's barely gone over when he's gone over, and it's not like one of those situations where he has like low field goal attempts. So he's got a whole bunch of free throws. So you're like, well, he did shoot it. He just got fouled. It doesn't count as an attempt. That's not even the case here. He's just literally shooting 3, 4, 5 times a game. So
look at IC3, dude. This guy is the absolute goat.
NAW just got ruled out. Ricochet is in for tonight.
Oh, God. Okay, so Atlanta starting lineup. McCollum, Daniels, Okongwu, right?
Yeah.
For sure. McCollum, Okongwu, Daniels. They started Mo Gay in the second half. Do you think Mo Gay starts here?
Maybe.
And then Ricochet is your fifth starter?
Possibly.
Do you... let me ask you this. Zachary Ricochet
Okay.
starts. Ricochet or Kuminga?
I probably still go Kuminga.
Ricochet or Conchar?
Oh, Ricochet.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to, just checking.
What's the Ricochet price? 42.
42.
Yeah.
42.
I still would trust Kuminga to have like a higher output, but never know.
What do you think the Kuminga ownership goes to now that NAW's out?
Maybe only a couple more points. I don't think he all of a sudden becomes the highest. I bet we could see Ricochet become more popular than Kuminga potentially.
Yeah, especially if he's starting.
Yeah.
This is a really good Atlanta slate considering two of their highest usage players are out. You know, like both Johnson and NAW out matters a ton.
Again, McCollum, it goes back to McCollum for me. Like we've seen him in, now again, you add in Kuminga to this factor, but in the past when he was kind of the only guy on the team, those are the days that McCollum had 40 points.
Yeah.
Right. Like he could take 20 shots tonight. So I kind of like McCollum more now tonight.
Agreed.
Especially in this matchup versus Washington.
Agreed.
Any other small forwards?
Not really. Now that like Ricochet is kind of such a good play, I would definitely spend the extra dollars to get to him over Conchar. By the way,
absolutely.
Let's see if we got any Indiana. I just want to check the Indiana statuses. Not that I want to play them over like they're all still questionable, so we don't have any updates there. The Prince is in here. What up, the Prince? And IC3, thank you for the gifted again, dude. You're the GOAT. You're the absolute GOAT. Absolute freaking GOAT. Thank IC3. Okay, it's the least he can do.
He's the
GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Always the best. I'm looking for the chat. I'm trying to find it. There it is.
Looking for the chat.
There it is. Oh, you got him up there. Well, there it is. Always good. Always a goat. Appreciate you in the chat all the time. Travis got another one. Trevor 44. Video share. David.
Video share 3114 for sure.
Love. Actually, what I love the most about Justin giving these gifts is we get to see the creepers are.
We do. Dude, I was thinking about that. I think yesterday. I think yesterday he or 2 days ago when he donated, I was like, 3 of these guys I've never seen. I think we get to see random people.
Yeah.
So salute to you, random people that just creep and watch us in the background. Yeah.
Love that. Let's see here. All right, go to power forward. Şengün's 94. Do you want to talk about him here or center?
Paul, NAW is out for the record. Is.
Just
not
if.
Is.
Just now.
Yeah.
Just now.
Yes.
Definitely play Contra first. I would never. I mean, you can if you want.
That is a rule on my wall. Don't play Conchar ever.
I'll say this. It is actually live that me and John Conchar take the same amount of shots tonight. It's live.
No.
It's live.
No.
And he's playing. So
maybe if that you're admitting to like going down to your kitchen and just ripping shots of like Fireball or something.
He's had games with one shot attempt that's live that he doesn't take any.
How many shots of Fireball are you taking?
I don't do Fireball. We'll do We'll do like Jack Fire. Jack Fire is the better cinnamon whiskey.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Okay.
But no, Fireball's gross. It's like syrup.
It is disgusting.
No thanks. Maybe when I was, back in the UMass Amherst days.
Sure.
Fireball. All righty. Never mind. I got
Power forward.
Bancaro, $9,200.
Yeah, I mean, him and Şengün both have massive ceilings. If you want to play either of them, great.
Okay.
Tournaments only for both.
Zion 25%. There's your ownership. We talked LeBron. LeBron's only 10 on the previous show. We thought LeBron was kind of cheap.
Yeah, I just don't know what the LeBron, like, I'm not doubting LeBron and doubting that there's a ceiling there. But Luka and Reeves just do so much for this team. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Zion is 8K and he's 25.
Yeah, he looks good. He's just like, with the peripheral stats are just so random, dude. Like, this is what you used to complain about with Zion, and it's just it fluctuates so much. Like 6 and 8.
I don't expect him to be a huge assist guy, but he should get a couple because the ball should be in his hands.
Dude, he's a great playmaker.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get any easier playing next to DeJounte. That's the problem. I don't know. I'm good with it. Like, he obviously has a really high ceiling.
Well, again, a lot of these are kind of retreads from the other positions from an ownership perspective, but Jeremy Grant was one I called out last night. I would go back to Grant here again.
Yeah, I almost bet his points at 20.5. He has a really good usage rate without
plays a lot of minutes. Chicago's bad.
Yeah, no Avdia, no Shaden. So
20.5 is not bad. If you didn't take it, I'll take it. I'll take the over 20.5 tonight.
I did not bet. I did not. I almost did. There was a lot of Portland stuff that I just didn't know what to do with.
Well, Klingon doesn't play tonight. That also
right. Dude, it might be Klingon and Rob Will.
Yeah.
They're both questionable. And so, like, there's a lot. Like, Scoot was 17.5. Drew was 18.5. Jeremy Grant was 20.5. Klingon was 13.5 rebounds. And I'm like, all these sound really good. I
would have hammered the rebounds, like I said last night on the show. So.
Yeah, he just, yes, he's going to dominate this game if he plays for sure. I think he's, salute to Keith. He's the cover boy of Keith's playbook tonight too. So
deservingly so.
Yeah, I mean, I think Grant looks very good. The problem is I don't think he is another very scoring dependent player where, like, when you play Scoot and Jeremy Grant and Klingon, they operate differently. Like, they stuff the stat sheet. I would it surprise me though if Jeremy Grant scored 28 tonight? No. Like 28 actual? No, it wouldn't, because he's, in an elite spot. So yeah, I think Grant looks very good here.
Middleton's 20%. So that was a bump here, $5,300 for Middleton.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he had a great role before the injury. I mean, he just got hurt.
6 points, 5 rebounds in 12 minutes.
Yeah,
He's well on his way. So
6'5", 1-1, well over another like over fantasy point per minute output. They're going to give him minutes. It was a shoulder injury. This is not like a situation where his no knees gave in on him. No, his knees, the knees that he still has, and the tendon, what's left of him stayed intact at least for another game. And the upgrade, I'm definitely in on Middleton and his role currently, especially no PJ. No PJ doesn't. I don't know if it's. I think it's worse that Bagley's gonna like get a brunt of the minutes at center, but it does help that PJ Washington is not available.
No Klingon would help Yabu here at $4,900. I mean, that's just a big guy you won't have to deal with. So
yes, I do think it would. Now Yabu can have like random good games always. We've seen this throughout since he returned. Came back to Philly last year. He is like randomly having good games from time to time. I mean, we saw Detroit, the Knicks, and the Pistons. Jalen Duren and Karl Anthony Towns. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna give you buckets and do a whole bunch of other things." And then he did nothing against Charlotte, but it's a really shorthanded front court. The minutes should be really solid. Guy who can stretch the floor. Yeah, he's a decent play for sure.
Okay. Any other value plays at power forward stand out to you?
I mean, I don't hate Micah Potter just given what we have with Indiana and their front court. It does hurt to have Obi Toppin back though, for what that's worth. I don't love that. Precious Achua, I didn't mean to skip over. Played 30 minutes again last night, I guess. Like, whatever. Good for him.
Not a bad matchup for him if he gets the minutes again.
No, it's as good as it. I mean, Dallas allows the most points in the paint to opposing teams. I just don't like playing the Kings. Like they just are so terrible. That this is an abysmal franchise with terrible everything, and he's given us 30 minutes in 3 or 4. That's obviously a positive. No Keegan Murray should lead to like 30 minutes, but I don't know. He's popular. I don't like playing a popular Precious Achiuwa, but he's okay. Like he's okay. Justin just asked, Precious or Middleton?
I lean Middleton.
I probably lean Middleton as well. I think the one thing that is like attractive about Achiuwa and like attractive about Reynaud is that no matter what center has been in the paint for Dallas this year, that team allows the most points in the paint. It's been like pillar to post, they have allowed the most points in the paint, and it still holds true. But I think Middleton does more than Precious. I'll lean Middleton too.
But we don't as consistent as Achiuwa's sort of been. You kind of kept pointing out to me last night. There was that game where he didn't play any minutes. So
dude, he does. They just do. That's what like that they do though. Like
second leg of a back to back where there's no guarantee that all of a sudden Precious plays 30. So again, Conchar's down here. People are playing him. I don't know why.
Mo Gay. I mean, Mo Gay if he starts is okay. Yeah.
36. All right, let's go to center. Again, Joel Embiid probable to play today, so we do have JoJo up here. Wemby 10-9 and B $9,500. Top 2 price guys on the board.
Yeah, I mean Wemby, bad game yesterday doesn't matter today. So if you want to play Victor Wembanyama,
still had 6 stocks in that game.
Still had 6 stocks. No one's playing Wemby today, and that's always like a fine thing. Like, you don't need Victor Wembanyama to play 36 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's great that he can. We saw him score 40 actual in 26 minutes. So, yeah I think Wemby looks great in tournaments. And Embiid, another like guy is incredible, dude. He
42 fantasy points in 26 minutes.
Yeah, he has scored more points than he played minutes, like actual points. He scored 27 points in 26 minutes. I mean, he is a freak of nature in, the biggest possible pace of spot you can have. Bam is obviously like considered
Bam isn't tough, so like there's a little bit better defense going on here. But...
Yeah, Bam is considered, if Wemby didn't exist, Bam would probably be considered the best interior defender in the NBA. So like there's that, but we've seen this and said it over and over and over again. The matchups don't necessarily matter.
No, not for him. Okongwu, speaking of matchups that don't matter, I don't think Washington can put anything on the floor tonight.
No.
In this spot. $7,700 though. Again, no one's playing him. 3%. Absolute smash spot if he gets on the floor for long enough.
Yes. I mean, he almost triple-doubled. He was 4 for 17 from the floor. There's no Jalen. There's no NAW. Sure.
Yeah. No one's 3%. 3% of the field playing him today. Ownership is Bagley, as you said, over 40% of the field playing Marvin Bagley. Nick Richards is 25%. Klingen's still getting some ownership because he's not officially out. I do like Klingen a lot, but midday downgrade doesn't feel good. But if he's somehow in and it's an 8 o'clock start, so we may not even know that by the time things roll around. So that's a little risky, but I do like Donovan Klingen a lot. I like Reynaud at $6,300 a lot as well. Anything else for you?
I like the Klingen call. Reynaud by default because Dallas is so bad. They just gush points in the paint. Queen moved to the bench, hard to trust. Diabate is guy has a very high ceiling, like really, really high ceiling.
Would be a good spot for him, obviously, because any center versus the Pacers this year pretty much had a good game. So
yeah, it has for sure. Wendell's pretty good. Orlando has gone to this like they don't play Goga anymore. They just give Wendell as many minutes as he can handle, and then Isaac and Mo Wagner kind of like play the rest of the minutes.
Yeah.
And Wendell Carter's responded in space. I mean, he's been great. So it's not the easiest matchup, but like because he's going to be having to defend such an offensively minded player, and that's not always fun. But
yeah.
I don't hate Wendell Carter. I think interestingly, Tristan Vukcevic. It's always so funny to see most minutes he's played in a while, worst fantasy production, but he is a sicko when it comes to fantasy, like absolute sicko. So I think Vukcevic is okay. It's just hard for me not to play Marvin Bagley. It's hard for me not to want to play Marvin Bagley, and I could just be different elsewhere. Marvin Bagley is a really good offensive player. In that Brooklyn game, he had a 36% usage rate. I'm not expecting a 36% usage rate again, but like Daniel Gafford's doubtful to play. There's no PJ Washington. I am, Marvin Bagley. I'm not the narrative guy.
Sure.
I'm sure we'll have. I'm shocked we haven't gotten the Marvin Bagley's dad hates Sacramento comment and was tweeting about how much he hates Sacramento comment. But like he's an elite fantasy player. He's an elite rebounder. He's a good scorer every time he's extended. I bet his double-double tonight. That's one of the bets you could find at Fantasy Alarm. Plus money tonight. I have nothing bad to say about Marvin Bagley.
Sure.
He's going to be the highest rostered center of the day. He might be end up being the highest rostered player of the day.
I mean, he's over 40%. He's the highest rostered player right now.
You can just play him and find something else to be different. Like find a different place to be contrarian. I think he's lock and load, especially without Gafford. Do I think he plays 32 minutes? No. But like Marvin Bagley gets 28 minutes tonight, he's going to absolutely smash.
Yep. I'm with you. Any other values? Again, we mentioned Mo Gay already, but would you give a look at
Nick Richards?
Yeah, so Nick Richards, yeah, for sure. He is $4,000 here.
I don't think he's being rostered really heavily. I don't know what Chicago is going to do tonight. I think the projection on Nick Richards is a little hefty. It is worth mentioning that there's no Patrick Williams, and he started last game. So would they potentially start Yabu and Nick Richards? I probably would assume that's only if Klingon plays or Robert Williams. But I do like Nick Richards a little bit. I don't love the ownership, but I do like Nick Richards. And what the minute upside could be just given what Chicago's depth issue is.
Davion and Norm Powell both active tonight for the.
Oh, thank God.
Didn't want to have to go back to Hero and Bam and all those guys, right?
I just wanted to not have to deal with Miami. Yeah. Only other thing I'd probably mention is Robert Williams, if Klingon were to be ruled out, is interesting.
Where's his price tag at?
He's 45. Yeah. He's also questionable. And so is Yang Hansen. He's also questionable. So
I mean, my dream would be that they rule out Williams and Klingon and start Yang Hansen. So that'd be my dream.
Is that really? That's your
dream.
That's your dream.
I'd play that immediately.
I think that they did that, and he had 3 fouls.
He did. He played 8 minutes. Yeah, couldn't get on the floor. I mean, listen. Again, it's an 8:00 game, so that's kind of the tough one because we'll get a 7:00 roster lock, and you may not know. But Rob Williams, when he's needed to be extended, we've seen him play 20 minutes. We've seen him play, crazy fantasy point per minute output on this season. So doesn't need a lot of time to do a lot of damage, and Chicago would certainly present that for him.
Remember that random game in the year where he played 28 minutes for no reason?
Yeah, I played him. I played him that day. I played him thinking I'll get 20 minutes out of him. And then he played 25 or whatever it was. So.
Yeah, Anthony, I mentioned the Potter thing. The only problem with Micah Potter is Obi Toppin is back, and like we know that Obi Toppin can play some small ball center and will play some small ball center. So like,
what if his limited is the same thing that like Murray and Kuminga's was, and he's playing 25 minutes?
Yeah, you mean the Murray that came off a literal Achilles tear, and
likely limited could mean
Obi Toppin had the worst foot injury ever.
Yeah, could mean anything, but that means he could play 25 minutes tonight, and then who's those minutes cut from somebody? So,
I mean, dude, I was playing Obi Toppin at 3,900 when he was getting like 18 minutes a game on this team.
Dude, we'll never forget like the 50 bomb Obi game when he was like $3,800 last year. So
against Minnesota when he hit that
hit the three
that three in the corner. I'll remember that game forever. But they had 8 players in that game, right?
Yeah, he's balling out.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get you on the radio. You're going to be joining the 2-time award-winning Fantasy Alarm Show. Both the FSWA and FSGA recognize the Fantasy Alarm Show as the best sports radio show this season. So congrats to the Fantasy Alarm.
Before we leave, though, John, we should mention, shout out Kamal for the $10 dono. That is very generous of you and very kind. And we appreciate you. You never have to donate. If you guys want to, it's available, but you never have to do that. But we appreciate you tremendously. And John just left.
I'm here.
John just left. He's back. Okay.
I'm here. That happened the other day too when I was with Keith. We blipped out and we came back. So
yeah, I was watching and Keith's face was hilarious. He was like, "Oh no, I'm the captain now."
I'm the captain. Yeah.
Oh, no.
We'll have to train up Keith on how to use the program. He might have just like closed his laptop and like
he would have done the.
Yeah, everybody's frozen. Nothing on Peter yet. So
I'll check.
He's still on the injury part, right? So
well, it's quite. They will list it.
Should we still play Klingon if he's under the weather? If Klingon is active, I would be willing to play him. But you have to have contingencies there. So I love that. Just changed my avatar to FA on DK. Love that, Evan. Appreciate you. Honestly, we love seeing all the FA logos from you guys.
Well, Evan also said we aren't the best. Look, he said we aren't. There was and then he changed the logo.
Yeah, but he did change his logo, so we may not be the best, but he changed his logo anyways. A little known fact, however, if you guys do have Fantasy Alarm as your logo and you come top 5 in a tournament with 1,000 entries or more, you get a free month of Fantasy Alarm. So screenshot us, tweet at us your wins if you guys have an FA logo and come in top 5 of 1,000 or more entry contest. Get a free month of All Pro on us. So I appreciate that you guys go. He's driving. Well, dude, don't be texting and driving.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Okay. Update on the Pacers. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So I got the G League statuses here on the injury report. Ethan Thompson and Talon Peter are out. Quentin Jackson is available.
Okay.
So no Thompson, no Peter, but Jackson is available. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 they have available tonight.
Last man in is Najee for me here.
Najee over Buzelis and Grant. Yes.
You can disagree if you think so, but no, I think
no, I don't. I think because I like if I'm prioritizing Portland, it's Scoot or Klingon.
Still good playing Drees. I am. Again, there's other guys at that price that I think might play over him, but I'm fine playing Drees Walker tonight. All right, let's get you a lineup build here. We're going to go with Bagley, obviously.
Yes, we will be. Scoot and Bagley right off the bat. And then we could just be contrarian everywhere else.
I just said Najee. I like Najee, and you like Najee, so we can do that. Najee Marshall, small forward. Shooting guard, Jalen Green. 69. $100. Nice. $6,600 a player. Do we do Kuminga? No one's still on Kuminga yet.
I mean, I think Atlanta looks great.
Let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. This is John's executive decision. Henderson, Green, Marshall, Kuminga, Bagley, McCollum. We're going fair and balanced here, folks. Obviously, there's some value plays you guys can get to. If you want to find a way up to a 9 or 10K player, you can. If you want to play Luka, you can do that as well. Last question here. Do we like Con or Edgecombe for Anthony here? We didn't even mention either of those two on the hour show that we just did. But if you had to pick one,
if I had to pick, I would probably go.
I'm going Con personally.
I would probably go Edgecombe, but
With Embiid and Maxey available, like I
it's
think
a
I'd
great
rather.
pace. I mean, but like you can basically say the same thing. Charlotte has like 2 usage players the same as Maxey. Miller and LaMelo do not have difference in usage.
I know. I just feel better about Con probably going off for Chicago.
Con is playing Indiana.
That's what I meant. Indiana.
Um,
Castle expected to play.
I am gonna split the difference to stay, VJ.
Okay. Well, if you're in the Discord, you can ask Keith. He did the playbook.
Yes.
Collier, Kuminga, and Filipowski, says Doug.
I like Kuminga of those 3.
Okay. And do you necessarily have to play Luka or Wemby? No.
You don't, but it's obviously you can always play them.
Always play them. All right, guys, go listen to Grande on SiriusXM. Get in the Discord. Check out the playbook. We'll have the preview show for 5 games on Friday later tonight. We'll catch you later.